Bitch, I'm halfway crazy. Smoking on us.
What's up, everybody? Y'all know who it is. It's your girl TT, and I am watching. Thank goodness it's Friday because I'm watching SWB Reunited Season 2, Episode 3 with you. And yes, at first I was not gonna do a video. I was like, I do not feel like putting on no makeup. But once I started watching it, it was giving me everything I needed today because I had a long week. So I'm watching it with y'all. And right now, I'm at minute 16, which is when Kiki broke down. Well, Lily broke down. Oh, yeah. I said, yep, because I was tearing up my damn self. I said, yep, got to do a video. Let me go get this makeup on and get it in. Wasn't that conversation so real between Lily and her daughter? That was real. And her daughter seemed very intelligent, articulate. And that was a real deep, heart-to-heart conversation right there. It really was. And then, especially when Lily was giving it, like, well, I felt bad that he wasn't there. But then again, I was being selfish and saying, we don't need him. Because if you've been a single parent in a lot of different type of situations, you don't felt the same way sometimes. I know I did. I raised 2 kids by myself. I kept my baby daddy's phone numbers all the time, so they always knew where their dads were. But their dads at that time chose not to participate, so I made sure I kept a phone number. And whenever I got frustrated, maybe like once a year, they might hear me. I just pop up out the blue because I would be so pissed off. I would just call them and just cuss them the fuck out just for no reason. As soon as they pick up the phone, be like, you know what, motherfucker? Let me tell you. Just get it off my chest a bit. Hang up on him. We have a real good argument. I blow the fuck up. Hang up on him. It was done. I didn't have to call him again for another a year or whatever. But, they really wasn't there. One of them didn't pay child support. One of them did. One of them came around after, he had just, after it was time when child support was over. And then the other one always paid child support, but he wasn't ever there. So, yeah. If you've been a certain type of single mama, we all been there. And some people is hoes and just don't know who their baby daddy is or where the fuck he is because he was just a rolling stone that rolled through her legs and rolled on out. It happens. Alright. And Lily do seem like that type of chick. She do seem, still to this day, she seem always horny. Just horny and wet and moist all the time. I don't know. She always talking about sex and making jokes about sex. She do seem real, like, loose. Alright. Let's get on. I am on minute 19 and 49 seconds. We're going to go back to the very beginning now. So at the very beginning, I have watched other people's reviews about this episode. And a lot of them are like that, they break up every week. And I don't see why they would be so angry about something that happened when she slept with somebody with a manager that long ago, 17, 20 years ago. But you got to think about it like this. Because me, I'm the type of person, I don't judge nobody, but I can always put myself in somebody else's shoes. I always do that. Before you judge anybody, you got to do that. So, let's put it like this. Let's say when you were growing up, you had a big happy family and everything. And then all of a sudden, during your teenage years, y'all living prosperous, y'all living good. And then during your teenage years, your mom and your dad split up because your dad is cheating on your mom. She just don't know who with. Now imagine 15, 20 years later, you found out, not even by your best friend from way back then, but from a third party, that she slept with your dad and that was the reason it broke up your family. I think there was a group, they were young, they were making a lot of money, they were famous, and they said from the beginning that, they just couldn't talk to each other after a while because they didn't trust each other, because they felt like they was telling on each other. And then to find out all this time later that she possibly was the one who broke up their family because she was messing with the manager. Yeah, it probably will make you feel that fucking deep about that shit. Like, you know what? Because somebody really have to be sneaky. You have to be a sneaky, devious type chick to not say nothing all them years. I'm talking about not after the fact. Not 10 years later, not 5 years later, just, be drinking one day and have that moment where you like, I just got to call and tell her that I slept with her daddy. I mean, all those years, even if they didn't keep in touch. Didn't say nothing of them? Nobody. No, I understand exactly how they feel. So put myself in Coco's shoes. And Coco, she pretty unforgiving. She like the queen bee. She like, y'all better buy down. And, you know, she want people to beg her to do stuff. I like her, though. I like Coco. I like all of them. I like every last one of their personalities. I like the way they all meld together. I love this show. It's this and R&B Divas Atlanta for me. I don't mess with none of these other shows. But, so then, we get to the part where, first of all, before we even get to that, let's put this in sequence right here. So y'all see that old man group that Ty's talking about? She managed it and shit. What the fuck you gonna manage them to do? Where they gonna perform? Them niggas look old. And I hate when the old people try to wear young clothes and what them had on. I like a little white leather jacket or some shit. No, That's the older crew. They're gonna be performing at nursing homes and shit. And they sounded horrible from what I heard, but I ain't no hater. I'm just saying. So then when she find out about Lily and she tell Lily about her daughter, Margaret being the escort, oh my God, them tears was real. I don't care what nobody say. Them shits was, And, you know, because if you really love your child, that's exactly how you gonna react. Some of y'all out there probably like, if it was your daughter, you probably like, yeah, that's about right for that bitch. You know, the being true, being told. But if you really love your kids and you cry like that, it's usually for one or two reasons. It's usually because, A, you know, you feel guilty because you feel like maybe your lifestyle or maybe something you did, and you have something to feel guilty for, first of all. Something you did, the way you live your life maybe put her in a position to want to do something like this, or that think it's okay, or to need this kind of attention, or, you know, do this kind of profession, because you got to be a certain type of person to be in them kind of professions. To be a hoe, you got to be a certain type of person to be a hoe. Well, let's just keep it plain like that. So, yeah, either you feel guilty or, you know, that's your daughter and she's a good girl. Because, like, when I put myself in her shoes, I can see my daughter is a really good girl. She really is, like, a good girl. And, you know, if further on down the line she did something like that, oh, my God. Woo! That would be like a kick in my soul, like right in my heart, I swear. And I'm talking about break it down, Lord. So I can imagine, I can put myself in her shoes. So right now I am at minute 16 and I'm watching it with y'all, so let's see what else happens. Okay, y'all, so I'm on minute 25. And first of all, Lily's little son, he's so cute. His little cute smile. His little, you know, he got a little swagger to him. I like him. I think he's so cute. But, man, I don't like talking about nobody's kids now. But I think they would have been better off just trying to hit a couple more high notes and put another hook, a few more lyrics in there than going with him as a rapper, to be honest. Yeah, but I think they did him something wrong. That was wrong with nobody, especially T.I. T.I., what the fuck you doing? You can't get on the SWV track. SWV is on their way back. How dare you, T.I.? That's terrible. Alright, let's see what's going to happen next. Dang. Coco's mama go hard, don't she? Golly, she went right up in his shit, like, real quick. Couldn't been me, because, hey, Mom, I'm sorry, but you ain't finna be talking to my bed like that at my kitchen table, and I'm sitting here trying to enjoy my eggs and shit. Yeah, that was, a little much. I don't know how I feel about Mama Shane. Oh, ignorant Mama Joyce, you know. I don't dislike her, though. I'm gonna give her mama a chance. Okay, y'all, so I just finished the whole episode. I couldn't even stop in between takes to make the video or do nothing because I was so enthralled. Wasn't that weird? It's very unusual for somebody to get molested by a woman, yet alone two women in the same family. That is, wow, that's crazy. But you could tell, even though you could tell it was kind of like a reacting, that's okay. You could tell because that wasn't a real reaction. The pain was still there, so it, of course, it do seem like it was based on real life, like it really happened. But yeah, first thing you say when your child tell you that something happened to him, you be like, what? Who did? You know, you get angry, you cry, you do whatever. But it would have been a lot more emotion than that, and I'm sure the little girl would have been broke down too. But either way, that's just wow. That was something. And then, you know, Tasla falling out stage. And what killed me was when they put her in the hospital at first, she was on that little bitty cot with no rail. I'm like, damn, they better hope she don't have a seizure, because if she do, she gonna hit the fucking floor. What kind of hospital is this? They just put her on a cot, just left her in there like she ain't a celebrity. Like she ain't got money. They couldn't put her in like a little fluffy bed or nothing, something with a rail, nothing. They do them so wrong. And so, I'm very, very glad, of course, that Coco came back at the end. That was cool. Because at first, before that commercial break, he was like, if she don't go, she really is a selfish bitch, and I might have to rethink my notion about her. But it was real cool how they tied it all up together at the end, and she came back. So, yeah, this was a good one. It really was good. And next week looks like it's going to be interesting, because little Corey going to get hemmed up by somebody. Oh, poor Corey. They do Corey so wrong, too. You like, dang, poor Corey. He just tried his little best. He like the little tin man that can, and they just be fucking with him. Because I noticed he is, who else's manager? Somebody off of R&B Divas Atlanta. He was one of their managers too, I noticed. Well, what did y'all think about the episode? I loved it, honey. I can't wait till next week. So this was a good way to end the day. I'm glad I got to watch it with y'all. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. This your girl, TT. Bye.
Think you really wanna see me angry, bitch? I go upside your head.